Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Demigoddess Show. If you're new, welcome, friend. I hope you enjoy my energy and you decide to subscribe to my channel. But if you decide not to subscribe to my channel, please make sure you give me a thumbs up in solidarity because that will get me pushed to more people that is more like minded for me or towards me. So, this is a topic that's very near and dear to me. This is about Black single mothers and the stereotype about it, and just breaking down, like the statistics and things like that. Because society, for whatever the reason, I'm only going to talk about in America. Okay. I don't know how these other countries work, but in America, there is a negative connotation on an attack on the Black household and compared to our counterparts and things like that. And I wanted to share some articles that I saw online that I think is really impactful and will help to dismantle some of these stereotypes that there are, but I also am going to show two different sides of it. I'm going to show what statistics is showing, I'm going to show some articles and things like that, and just give my own opinions on it. And let's dive into it. So, one thing that I do want to say is there's nothing wrong with coming from a single family household, okay? It doesn't matter your ethnic background or anything like that, but it's no secret living here in America, we constantly, being a Black person, we constantly have to fight down systematical systems of racism, just disadvantages compared to other ethnicities and things like that. So here's the first article. It's a study. This is from the Axe Rochester. Okay, I think it's really important that you guys get this, and all these links, articles, studies, I will be putting it in the description box for you guys to look and read on in your entirety. I'm not going to break down every single detail that's on here, and please be 100% certain. Don't hold me accountable for any of this stuff. Hold these people accountable for it. I'm going to give my own opinions. And because I've experienced living in a single family household until my mother remarried. Okay, so children and youth. Single parent families by race and ethnicity. So using the chart items in the legend below, the chart can be clicked on and off and aid in analysis. The chart can also be printed or exported as an image or document using the menu at the top of the thing. So single parent families by race, ethnicity from 2017 to 2021. Is this only... So what is the blue? Okay. Okay, there we go. So Black families in the United States from a single parent household, blue is 66%. Okay. 66%. That's Latino Hispanic. So this is Black African Americans. And these are the different regions. I'm not going to talk about the different regions as well. Maybe if I click that. So okay. I don't think this is a good breakdown for you guys. By 2000, Monroe, NYC, 327,599 come from a single Black household. Well, let's go to economic security by race and ethnicity. So the United States is blue. This is Asian. Wow. So Black or African American, $46,401. Red in NYS is $53,697. This turquoise blue region is $36,682. Monroe is 36,168. Greene surrounding counties is 45,312. Rochester is 30,528. That is crazy because I don't make that. I'm not a single household though. I don't have any children or anything like that. And I make, what is this one? The red one is 53. Almost 4 times as much as this. That's wild. Okay, I do want to go to the other article because I don't think this is really going to give me all the statistics that I wanted to share with you guys. Honestly, I feel like the little bar graphs run me over is why, but that wasn't a good representation for you guys. So I apologize for that. I should have looked more in detail. So here we go. This is from the U.S. Department of Justice, Office of Justice Program Statistical Briefing Book. So this is living arrangements. This is juvenile, like children. You know, there has allegedly been this thing circulating that apparently single household families, that's when the children are more engaged to get into riskier behavior and, you know, more than likely to get involved in some kind of illegal activity. So, how do living arrangements of children vary by race? In 2022, the majority of white children and Hispanic children lived in two-parent homes, 75.6% and 67.5 respectively, compared with 4 in 10, 43% of Black children. Okay, so here's the graph. Two-parent household. This is Hispanics. This is ranging from the years. So starting from 1970, this data is all the way up to year 2021. And for you guys that don't know statistics, most of the time when articles come out, it's never in the present year, okay? Data takes several years for you to really get. So we're in 2023. This is technically the most recent relevant for 2021. For the people that didn't go to school or don't know anything about how statistics is gathered, the importance of it, especially if they're doing a case study, they're tracking children, things like that, that also impacts on the statistical reporting year and things like that. Okay, so percentage of children living with only their mother by race and ethnicity. So mother only Black, so it's this one. So from 71, year 1971 or 1970, 29.5%. That's actually kind of rather low, but then there's a peak. So when does it start peaking? In 81, so in the 80s, 43.3%. That could definitely tie into the war on crack. You know, in the 80s, they had that. They had the heavy drug usage going on. Not saying that the Black community was the only one participating in that, but it definitely was targeted if you know your research about it. And especially incarcerating Black men and things like that. Black people were definitely targeted in the 80s, involved in that. So do your own research behind that. And then there's a spike. 83, it went to 51.1%. Wow. And then in the 90s, 1992, 53.8%. And then you want to factor into how Black families were being torn apart. You know, there was racism, there was the Rodney King stuff. Well, that was before then, before that era. But you had that, you had the Watts riots, you also had you know, people were getting charges for marijuana, uh small little dime bags. They're in prison for like 20 years. You know, Obama helped unpack some of that, and Biden unpacked, you know, released, you know, those nonviolent offenders and things like that. So you definitely want to give kudos to the Biden and Obama administration and the Obama Biden administration. Then it seems to take like a little drop. We're dropping. Okay, there's a drop. Whoop, there was a drop right here. Didn't I see like a 40 or something? Hold on. 48% in 2002, it dropped. Okay. Then it went back up, climbed back up in 04, 05. Seemed like it tether-tattered between 07. Seems like it appears to be dropping. And as of 2021, 45.6%. So it is getting a little bit better. I think, you know, with the Obama and Biden administration, that definitely helped for sure. So this is statistics straight from the US Department of Justice, okay? Now I want to go into breaking into like the stereotypes of Black mothers. So this is the Black Mama resource page. I thought this was very important. Resource 10 organizations supporting Black mamas led by Black mamas. Okay. So I'm going to read through some financial support for Black mamas. So this is like resources. Um, Grow Mama Grow University is launching in summer 2021 as an online learning hub of online courses for all moms by Black moms. We center Black women by training Black mothers and creating online courses and helping them create residual income by selling those courses on growmamagrow.com. This organization is run by Muffy Mendoza. When She Thrives is dedicated in equipping single mothers to move their families from poverty to prosperity through advocacy, education, personal plus professional development. When She Thrives helps moms access life-saving grants that help them overcome temporary obstacles. This organization is ran by Tiffany Huff Struthels. The alignment chapter is to help single mothers stay aligned with their financial obligations while maintaining a stress-free household by providing them with a bag of household necessities. So maternal help support for Black mamas. Healthy Start Inc., Black Mothers Breastfeeding Association, the National Black Doulas Association, therapeutic support for organization for Black mamas. You got Brown Mamas, Black Women's Blueprint, Learning and Advocacy for Black Mamas Policy Agenda, Higher Heights, Sister Song, MOBB United, National Bailout, Mothers Against Police Brutality, SC Justice Group. So I will give this resource in the description box for my single Black mamas to give you some kind of help, some resources and things like that. By the way, none of these websites are sponsoring me or anything. This is just something that I researched a little bit. But remember, you are adult and you're going to take this information you're responsible for your own actions, not me, none of that. So I thought this was really cool. This is how Black moms could get grants for single Black moms. Okay. Gonna go through a little bit. There's federal grants for education, government assistance programs, housing and energy assistance programs, health insurance and nutritional programs, employment and income support programs, community action, partnership grant, Women's an Independent Scholarship Program, United Negro College Fund grant, the Sister Theo Browman Foundation grant, grants for single Black moms to start a business, Gilbert's Foundation grant, personal grants for single mothers. There's so many good, interesting resources here that I want you guys to utilize. And again, I'll put this in the description box. Send this to someone. Send the link to someone that is a Black single mom that will help them. I think this is very important and valuable information because some people don't have the resources. They don't know the access. They don't even know that these type of things exist. And I think it's very important to support our single mamas, especially Black mamas. Yes?
And I gotta find her socks. You see any?
She has socks in the Anwa in the staff room in the white thing. They're
Okay.
black.
They're black. Okay, good.
Yeah.
But she wants you for something.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, guys. All right. Median involving the single Black mother narrative. Words are the narrative. Okay. I thought this article was really, really good because it broke down what does the word single mean. And single mean is oftentimes not displayed in a manner that is very helpful, and it has a negative connotation. So oftentimes society thinks when you are considered single that you are not having help from your significant other that help father or create this child with you, and that's not necessarily the case. And that is one of the attacks that is on the Black household that I want to unpack here. This article really unpacks it, like the words of the narrative. So the census defines a single parent as one who is not currently living with a spouse, divorced, widowed, or never married. While most single parent households are led by women, the term single mom can create political and economic categories that discard the complexity of relationships that fall between the socially constructed endpoints of single versus married. While single may better, though not always accurately, suit efforts to describe an unmarried woman, it is misleading as a term for parenting. Again, that's kind of like what I was saying. Unfortunately, there's limited language regarding use in larger political and social culture to explain ways in which households are constructed and how unmarried parenting is occurring, particularly related to Black parents. This is evidenced by a recent Pew Research Center report that categorized unmarried parents according to cohabitating dads, cohabitating moms, solo moms, and 4 solo dads. Okay. Unintentionally facilitating the invisibility of Black fathers. This is something that I definitely wanted to talk about because when I was going to college and I went to school for psychology, I can't remember the name of the course that I took, but it definitely was about just African American studies, and we unpacked the Black household. And I was really shocked because society likes to perpetuate that Black fathers are absent or they're not as active compared to their counterparts or other ethnic groups, and that is not the case. The data does not simply support that. That is just a narrative, an example of systematic racism that is perpetuated in the United States. That is not the case. Do your own research. I literally went to college for this. This article is backing it up as well. The second issue is that in American culture, Black men need no assistance being made invisible. As referenced in the myth of the missing Black father, Black fathers are rarely depicted as deeply embedded within the family systems they help create. The greater their invisibility as fathers, the more problematic the reality of Black families and the Black community. The reality is that, relative to other ethnic groups, a disproportionately larger percentage of African American children, 69%, according to recent Centers of Disease Control and Prevention data, are raised in single parent homes that are largely run by Black women. That is a fact. What is not a fact is that means absent fathers. Let me say that again. What is not a fact is that means absent fathers. Just because it's ran by a single woman or a single Black woman household does not mean that the fathers are not active in their life. As a larger culture, such as 2013, Don Lemon's initial CNN commentary would have people believe. Be right back. Let me pull this up for you guys real quick. I don't want to lose this for you. Do want you guys to watch something. Here we go.
Moms get a bad rap, and they've been used as political punchbags. Like, we are just the dredge of the United States. I was married to a very wealthy man. I got a divorce, walked away from $1 million lifestyle in South Florida because that was the best thing to give to my son, was a better life, not with him. It just sometimes bothers me how sometimes single moms just catch such a bad rap.
Yeah.
Like, we are just out here just willy-nilly having babies with anybody just because we don't have anything else better to do. I know a lot of people that are married that are single moms. Because people...
Okay.
No, I mean, I'm very serious. I have a lot of friends who are married to very wealthy men, and they're married to the lifestyle. and they think that the baby is going to save the marriage. Babies don't save marriage. They just prolong bad marriages. Everyone in this room wanted to grow up and be a mother. Some of you did. No one wants to grow up and be a single mom. You're not on your knees as a little girl saying, I want to grow up and be a single mom. No.
Excuse me, my name is Lisa. I have, I think, a unique experience. I have 3 sets of children. They range from 35 to 11. My children all have separate fathers. I have been very fortunate that with all 4 of the children and the 3 fathers, they have partnered with me every step of the way.
A lot of people often have said that being divorced has actually made parenting more difficult. Has that been your experience?
It's made parenting better for me.
Wait. Say that again so that people hear.
It's made it better for me. I mean,
being divorced.
Because I still get to explore things that are important to me. I now have 50% of my time free to focus on things that are important to me. If I was a full-time mom, I couldn't do that. I would be on a soccer field every weekend. I would be at basketball lessons and tutoring sessions. But because we split that partnership 50-50, I have a lot more time to focus on things that are important to me.
I just wanted to say, you said that nobody decides that they want to be a single mom. But for me, some of us, that's just not true. I didn't decide to be a single mom. I didn't decide to be a mom at all. And I needed to hear, it's time to stop. I needed to hear, pat you on the head, your legs fly open. I needed to hear, close them. I needed to hear that subsequent pregnancy was a real issue. I'd never heard of that. I needed commentators. I needed Healthy Start. I needed people, places, things to say, hey, because I didn't choose to be a mom. I said, thank you, and a baby was a result. I said, I need somewhere to be tonight. You understand? While I chose to have those babies after becoming pregnant, I didn't necessarily understand the choice that I was making getting to it. I know sex led to babies, but I didn't think this thank you, I need to stay here, was going to lead to that. You understand what I mean? I didn't think that some of the things that I needed to survive were going to lead to that. And so for those women who looked at me sideways when I had one in a stroller and one on my back, it took me quite a many years to get it, but understanding what subsequent pregnancy is and continuing to hear that this does not have to be my choice, that this does not have to be my circumstance. I don't have to place myself in situations where this is going to be my end result. Some of us need that. Everybody, some of us, experiences our teacher, and we're all different. I just don't want to silence those complaints from the other end because somebody heard them. I know I did.
Is colorism still a problem? Kim, what do you think about that? Do you think colorism is a problem? Is still a problem?
I think it is still a problem. I think it's getting better, much better. But it's among us. That's the. Yeah. And it is, and that.
So I just wanted to show this real quickly to you guys, but I want to go ahead and go back to this article with you guys. I just believe in education and, not perpetuating this Black stereotype because I love my people. We cannot ignore the fact that some fathers are not present based on their own decisions. They simply may decide not to be involved during seasons or lifetimes. However, there are many fathers making a contribution to varying degrees. In fact, additional research from the CDC and other resources supports that Black fathers are just as present, if not more, than fathers from other racial backgrounds. While we should in no way submit to that notion that something is better than nothing, we can give the voice and life to something. In doing so, perhaps in time, we may focus and can grow. Okay. Since the actual term single means only one, the idea perpetuated by the language leads to damaging assumptions that biological fathers are 100% missing from the parenting process. In the black and white dichotomy, there is little room of range of kinship resources that can contribute to child rearing, including child providers such as grandparents, family, friends, aunts, and uncles. There may be less room for the spectrum of ways emotional, economic, long what is that? Linguistical, spiritual that fathers can contribute. This lack of attention to the range of ways in which parenting occurs and various factors that impact the parenting process may contribute to why 66% of Americans surveyed in the Pew study believe that single women having children is bad for society. That's crazy. So I want you guys to really unpack this article. There's a lot of information here, and it also breaks the stereotype, but also acknowledging there is an issue there, but it's not as big as what is perpetuated to society. So here's another article. This is from Essence. Okay. Stop using Black single mothers as a scapegoat for societal ills. Okay. They also use Black women and single moms to perpetuate stereotypes when there's some kind of political things. Pay attention how the news outlets use single Black mothers and the Black family as a resource. There was something that I thought was... So the shaming of Black single moms. We know that children who grow in a single parent home are more likely to engage in riskier behavior, have a higher chance of incarceration, and don't perform as well educationally as kids from two-parent households. However, these children were made from two children who are their father and never publicly humiliated and accountable. Not only is a Black woman raising the child, they're providing for the child, they are also being held on this pedestal and misconception because of like systematic racism and things like that. But they're also being painted as the villain at the same time, which I don't think is right. You also have the deadbeat Black dad myth. There's also statistical data that proves this is not true. While Black women may not get married at the rate that white women do, Black fathers have been just as active as white fathers, according to the Pew Research study. As a matter of fact, Black fathers are more than likely than white and Hispanic fathers to see their children when they lived in separate households. They were also more likely to talk to their children several times a week about their day than Hispanic 22% and white fathers 30%. Being an unmarried parent and a single parent are two entirely different things, and the two shouldn't be confused. You can be a Black unmarried mother, co-parent, and raise balanced children. Now, I agree with this. I'm going to come back to the screen because I'm going to get really personal with you guys. So, for a moment, my mom was a single mother, and before she met my stepfather, and my dad was active when he was active. Okay. They did a great job co-parenting. I've never been in a toxic situation where all three individuals, adults, did not put me first. They did a really good job on what it is like to have a healthy co-parenting situation between a step parent and the biological parents. They also did a good job in sheltering and to place boundaries and to have respect and set guidelines in how I should be raised. And everyone's voice was heard and everyone played their part in their situation. So I turned out pretty good. Yes, I was a little bit rebellious, but I turned out pretty good. I'm educated. I have 2 degrees. I'm going to go to school for more. I'm a certified life coach. I'm certified in a lot of things. And I have a really good job. So I turned out pretty good. That isn't the story for everyone. Okay. That isn't. Let's just be real. It's not the story for everyone. But I am an example of essentially coming from a single Black household because my dad did engage in things that he shouldn't have engaged in, and which prevented him to be not present during certain times of my life. But I still made a decision. I still made a choice. My mother was still very much active in the way that she knew how to be active. And I knew for right, for wrong, and I didn't make poor decisions in regards to things that could impact my life for the long run. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say I didn't do no dumb stuff, but I didn't I never wanted to. Honestly, I remember a situation as a child where my mom took me to visit my dad. He ended up getting incarcerated once, and that image really impacted me. Um, and the simple fact that they're not allowed to touch you, they're not allowed to really hug you. I don't know about now, but during that times, I'm a 90s kid. You weren't allowed to do those things. And that really impacted me and really shook me up as a kid. And because of that, my mom never took me to visit my dad when he was incarcerated. So that image in me and that fear, and then just that power dynamic with like the police and law enforcement and things like that. There's been other instances when I've been around my father, he's been racially profiled, them detaining him in front of me and them using excessive force. Um, that has made me like vow in my head, I don't ever want to be in a position where someone could do that to me, let alone I don't want to do things that could make me as a target for those type of individuals. So you could take it for what it is. Some people, they develop their anger in ways where they act out, and as a consequence, they have to deal with those things, legal ramifications, or make very poor decisions that when they were a kid they aren't really allowed to grow up to be an adult because they're incarcerated, or they're unalived. So I really feel like it's a choice. It really goes down to the parents. My mom was really good at finding resources for single mothers and just single parents, single households. So I was always in some kind of extracurricular activity. I always was in some kind of community resource. So as a parent, even if you're a single parent, you're not getting help financially, you don't have support from family members, or you don't really have a social circle that could really help you with your child, there are resources out there. It's all about applying yourself, and how important is it for you to get out of that situation and for you to provide a wonderful or the best situation for your child to thrive in life, and not to be another statistic, a negative statistic in society. Okay, so it really is up to you. So it goes all ways. That doesn't leave the Black father off the hook. You also, too, you need to be paying your child support if you are in a situation where you cannot help financially. Watch your child while the mother is out working, going to school, whatever she's doing. Be very supportive. If you notice your child is acting out, you notice they're having a difficult time socially or even educationally, find tutoring programs, find programs that can help you. There's so many resources. It's all about applying yourself and having access to things and knowing about these things. And this is why I wanted to make this type of video, because these things are out here. You just have to apply yourself. Okay, that's why I'm hoping some of these resources that I gave you guys, you would send it to someone that's in need, or if you are indeed a single mother, you will take heed of it and you will apply for these things. Also, look at your local government, look at your city, look at the state website where you're at, and see if there's any grants, any resources for your children and yourself, any financial stuff, any educational stuff, any extracurricular activities for your child, and get into programs that you are aligned with. And you will be surprised, you'll be able to network and to find other families and just other professionals that can help guide you and to keep you on track to get to where you need to be. You don't, just because your circumstances, you were not awarded or afforded or inherited, a nice living situation or just a nice healthy environment, doesn't mean you have to stay there. It's all about what you want to do with your life and how you want to turn that around. Okay, now I do want to go a little bit more into detail. I have to show you guys some more stuff. I don't just want to talk about negative things. I also want to share positive things. Finish this article off from Essence. So we do need to unpack the systematic racism in the Black family. So we can't ignore that there's this baby mama culture. The Black male incarceration rate and premature death means by many mothers, like mother of his child, are left raising kids alone. There's been numerous studies about how women are more likely, Black women specifically, are more likely to not make it through childbirth. They are discarded when it comes to pain. They are discarded when it comes to issues that is happening to them after childbirth, during childbirth, and even during while the pregnancy. Okay. I could also attest to that as well. I've had my own experience with the hospitals or medical system in which I have vowed when it is time for me to conceive, I will be having a doula. I do not trust the hospitals, okay? Um I have been in a situation where um I had a child, lost the child, and it could have been saved, but the hospital literally let my child die. And I don't really talk about it that much, but this is something that is very near and dear to me, and I really strongly encourage, Black mothers to really look into doulas. I'm not telling you what to do, but look into doulas, and look into birthing centers and things like that, because the mortality rate for Black women giving birth is extremely high. Okay, not saying that there aren't good doctors, there are not good hospitals, not good medicine out there, but you really need to do your research on these doctors. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead. So we got to talk about this. Okay. I'm going to start sharing this one. I do want to share. There may be an article or two I don't want to share. You guys, I will put it in the description box, but you guys need to do. Okay. I don't want to go into detail on that. I want to end on a positive note. I want to actually share. This is going to be not only about Black women, but just celebrities that came from a single mother household. And I think it's interesting to share. So, Single Mother Survival Guide. So, here's 15 celebrities raised in a single parent home. Barack Obama, who was the president, the 45th president of the United States. His mother was white and his father was African. Um, he was raised in a single mother household. Number 2 is Oprah Winfrey, very wealthy, influential woman. Was a TV show talk host for many years. Author, has her own network. Okay. Number 3, we have Leonardo DiCaprio. You guys should know who Leonardo is. And number 4 is Selena Gomez. Number 5 is Halle Berry, who comes from a biracial standpoint as well. I didn't know Leo came from a single house. Eminem comes from a single household. Angelina Jolie comes from a single household. Dwayne The Rock Johnson comes from a single household. Jennifer Lopez, Jodie Foster, Mary J. Blige, Rihanna, Demi Lovato, Justin Bieber, Will Smith. Okay. There's also some other celebrities. I thought it was really interesting because they have some people on this list that I did not even know. And I thought I would share this with you guys. Give you guys some insight that just because you come from a single parent household, especially from a single mother, doesn't mean you cannot break out and be a star, or you cannot break out and be successful. Okay. So Angelina Jolie, you have Kevin Hart. We already talked about Leo. Keanu Reeves, who is one of my favorite actors. Shaquille O'Neal. Adrian Griner. I don't know who that is. You have Kanye West. Ugh, that's questionable, but you still have Kanye West. 14, you have Julia Roberts. I didn't know that. Jay-Z. Mary J. Blige. We already talked about her. Sean Combs. Ooh, that's skippable. We're going to skip over him. Angelina Jolie, Mariah Carey. Kelly Clarkson, Eva Mendez, Alicia Keys, Apollo Anton, I don't know who that is, Holly Berry. Oh my God, Adele. Wow. Charlize Theron's. Number one, Stephen Colbert. Oh, wow. These are some really influential people that were raised in a single parent household that, in my opinion, they did really, really well. Really, 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 really well in life. Okay. And are continuing to do really, really well in life. Okay. So I hope this helped you guys. And I hope this kind of broke the stereotypes down of a single Black household. And I love you guys. If you guys want more videos like this, please let me know and I'll drop them. And this is just a subject that I probably will always talk about and break down and update because it's very near and dear to me. And I really just want my people to not feel like we are less than, because we constantly have reminders in society of that. But we are beautiful, strong people, and we could do whatever we want to do as long as we put our mind to it, and we don't have to go a negative path in life. And even if we do, that doesn't mean we have to stay in that space. We should have the same grace as our counterparts, and we should be treated equal, and we should have the same opportunities as any other ethnic group. Okay? So, this is all I have for you guys. I will see you guys soon. Thank you for riding with me. I love you. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.